My name is Jackson Zerline, and this is my More to Life story. My life before I experienced the power of the Holy Spirit was dry and honestly more confusing. It felt less powerful. I didn't feel like I was fully receiving what God had for me. I was at church every Sunday. I was in a small group. I was self-feeding in the Word daily. I was serving in church. I was doing everything, but it was like there's just like a missing piece. Like there's a piece of the Christianity that I wanted that I didn't have. When I started hungering for that was when I went to morning prayer on Wednesdays. I was hungry for the Spirit, and I remember going up to Cap and asking him. I said, "Cap, I'm not hearing the Lord's voice clearly." And Cap looked at me and asked me, "Are you baptized in the Holy Spirit?" I remember saying, "I don't think so." And so he called me and two other individuals into the center and said, "If you want to be baptized in the Holy Spirit, I'd like you guys to come to the center." At that point, men and women were laying hands on us individuals, and Cap just led us through a short prayer that got our heart in the right posture to receive. And in that moment, when the moment he said the name of the Holy Spirit, I was filled with this holy fire. And it's so odd because what may seem scary to someone who's afraid of that, or that might sound scary to somebody, but because that was God's presence. And although you feel his presence and glory, it wasn't some terrifying experience. It was just joy. Like the heat I felt was joy and love. And that's how I know that the Spirit of God was upon me. The first time I realized that the baptism of the Holy Spirit was a necessity was watching grown men and grown women speak truth over other men and just seeing the Lord instantly soften their heart. There's just a softness of heart that came with that. There's an operating in the gifts that was happening. And I knew that there was some sort of bridge that I hadn't crossed yet into that space. I was doing all, you could say the right things, but there was something that I had not done yet. There's a piece that I was missing into these giftings, into this joy and power that I was not partaking in that I wanted. If you feel like you're in the same place that I was, please come to a morning prayer. It can happen at morning prayer. It can happen with just you and the Lord. But I truly believe that if you desire it, the Lord will give it to you because he is so good. I can promise you that being Spirit-led is God's best for your life. My name is Jackson Zerline, and this is my More to Life story.